was a rather somber and sad episode last time after we managed to do a little bit of cracking open of some more, territory to explore. We lost one of our friends. Tobias sacrificed himself to save our little adventure. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Pacific Drive. It kind of sucks. Again, they've always managed. I love it when games always manage to do that, or at least rip on your heartstrings just a little bit to make sure that you do feel a little bit sad about certain things. Again, sadly enough, we have one of our compatriots down, and now we have access to an entirely new area to kind of mess around with. I have done a little bit of work in between episodes because I could do a little bit of work in between episodes. I did a little bit of running around, did a couple of runs, got some stuff opened up, got a whole bunch more resources because we were pretty much out of cloth and plasma and a couple other things again. Making fiberglass sucks down on your resources quite a bit. So just doing the kind of stuff tends to just use things up and do whatever. And I've also been having to fix a few tink problems, quirks, whatnots, and however. I'm gonna go ahead and cut over here to a bunch of that little run. I did do a little bit of recording on some of that kind of stuff just to show off some of it. It was pretty ugly, so I'll be back with you guys in just a little bit.
Francis, I don't know if you're listening. A while ago, you asked me why I cared so much about the remnants. It's because I saw Alan the night of the accident, during the mass hallucination. Except, I'm not sure it was a hallucination. We had a tradition. When we were both working late, he'd swing by my lab for a coffee break at some ungodly hour. That night, he visited, we talked. The coffee burned my tongue, nothing out of the ordinary. Seconds later, the gamma ray surge swept through the facility and the roof caved in. I looked for him in the aftermath. I couldn't find him anywhere because he hadn't been in my lab. He was ground zero at the accident site, miles away in the deep zone. But I saw him, touched him, smelled his cologne. He was there. Impossibly there. More than a hallucination.
You never reported that?
Admit to Arda that I communed with my husband's ghost. When they were already looking for ways to push me out, not a chance. I gave them my technology and my home, but I'd be goddamned before I let anything destroy my professional credibility.
And this remnant?
It's my last chance to know if what I saw was true. If it came from the well, or if it was all in my head. The things we spoke of. Things I couldn't have made up. Never mind. I know how it sounds.
Like you've seen a ghost.
Wow. More story stuff.
Good news. I can replicate Alan's suppression method. We'll stand some chance of halting the gamma ray burst from the well. 30 years later, my late husband still manages to impress. Figuring out how to keep you alive once the reaction gets going, however, that's harder. But I have an idea. Francis, I need your ear.
Go on.
We know that as soon as the car gets to the well, the trigger will be instant. Once this remnant expends its energy, gamma radiation will erupt from the well, and the driver will be at ground zero taking the worst of it.
But can we activate the gateway as soon as they make contact?
It's tricky. Too early, and we may interrupt whatever reaction process the remnant carries out. Too late, and it's bad news for the driver. There's too many unknowns. Only the driver will know the right time to use it.
How can you be sure they'll live long enough to make that call?
The ARC device has been transmitting data every single second since it was installed. Every drop of fuel, every spark plug that car's lit, I have on record.
You've been running an experiment this entire time, with the driver as the guinea pig.
The mere act of being alive is the biggest experiment of all, dear.
Is that another one of Alan's sayings?
That one's all mine. Driver,
We've seen that car protect you this entire time. It's triggered a gateway in your time of need. It's ferried you back to the garage through every circumstance and obstacle and bump in the road. So we can trust that it'll protect you long enough to get you away from whatever and wherever you end up.
Still sounds like a heavy dose of blind faith to me.
Could be. Oh, there's one last part to this, and it's waiting for you back at the auto shop. Take your time. Enjoy the view.
I will. Thank you, guys. The beauty of an impact hammer, or I should say the magnetic impact hammer, is it increases the amount of resources you get when you smack things with it. Love it. Alright, we apparently have bunnies screwing with the car again. Love it. Hi, can I have my car, please? And they've managed to trash the front of it and do a bunch of things. Love it. Get in the car. We need to stop a couple of things. Quit. Out. Alright, well, the storm is closing in, but we can for sure grab this now.
So
Been a while.
that's the history of the Olympic Exclusion Zone. We know it absolutely existed,
and that something blighted the area. Dr. Ophelia Turner was a real person who grew up there, and LIM technology, claimed to be her invention, was the reason the zone was created. The facts point to either the pursuit of LIM or the technology itself doing something terrible to the area, and maybe even to the people who stayed behind. For such a vast, valuable area as the Olympic Peninsula to be
lost to the world for the indefinite future, someone needed to take the fall. The evidence in this corner paints the target square on the martyr part of this equation. Or did Dr. Ophelia Turner know what she was unleashing upon her homeland? If she did it willingly, then she would have been a monster.
But if the government strong-armed her into it, then she would have had no choice but to become a martyr. To answer that question, we need more information still.
Alrighty then. Now I'm gonna just continue driving around picking up resources. We're just out on a resource run, and of course it's the one right after everything happens, so you know how that all goes. We get a little bit more talky talk, we get a little bit more of that, and we get a couple of other things to show up. But yeah, I'm just out gathering resources. We need cloth, we need plasma, we need thermoset crystals, we need all of that goodness. And I think this might be the first time we've been in this particular area. It's 3 roads in and a big wide open spot with not a whole lot going into it, so it's kind of a all off-roading. Not too terrible, but again, you got to kind of be careful and pick your plan, pick your direction as you're wandering through it, or you could run right smack dab into a tree stump or a car or something. So just out playing. We get another story. Let's go see what this one is about.
How do you force 100,000 people out of their homes without facing major resistance? Even if you're the United States government, facing down what's being peddled as the greatest threat our nation has ever faced, the answer is, you don't. This is Frequency File, Episode 3, The Human Cost. Last episode, I reported all the cold, hard facts I could get my hands on. If you missed that episode, here's the summary. There wasn't much. Now, we jump tracks to the stories of the people, to knit together old records and eyewitness accounts to form some fabric of the true story. Whoever's job it was at ARDA to suppress stories did a really good job. What they did to keep that sheer number of people from talking, and then to smear the stories that did come out, was a masterstroke of obfuscation. Unfortunately for ARDA, the cases that made it all the way to court became public record. And the facts were these. ARDA played nice at first with a generous relocation package. We offered cold, hard cash and built sprawling housing complexes in nearly every state to resettle the former residents. These new communities
Were built as idyllic, white picket-fenced neighborhoods where you were sure to be surrounded by all-American families who shared your same values, while enjoying the benefits of government-subsidized grocery stores, school districts, and manicured public parks. Not a bad deal for the looks of things. When it came to the holdouts, the people who wouldn't leave for any amount, things got ugly. But in the end, the government won out, as it always does. And while the government has the sovereign right to seize private property, the Fifth Amendment mandates just compensation be paid for it. But it doesn't specify when or how this compensation be made, and many dissenters ended up with nothing through good old loopholes and bureaucracy, some of whom are still pursuing their claims to this day. But the chilling thing is, those left with empty pockets consider themselves
lucky. There's a saying they mutter amongst themselves under their breath, that at least they had the luck to not live in Sierram.
Mm-hmm. Very much had the luck that they weren't living in Sierram. Alrighty, on to the next zone. We're just, again, doing a little bit of looting. Oops. No second chances. What does that mean? Oh, well, sometimes it's possible. So that means if I die, I don't get anything back here. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. We are after a couple of things and a good scan or two. Yeah, let's get out. Yeah, I know, we're hurt. It's hurt pretty bad. We're gonna have to fix a bunch of stuff. Can you please move forward? Man. No. Hey, no joke on that one. I worked for every bit of that. Jesus. Huh. Oh. Hi. Yeah, she got beat. So did I. Oh, I guess. Alrighty, deep zone again. We're gonna take a couple of things out here real quick and take a look. Light, ambient radiation, and exhausting explosions. That's not amazing. Whereas a couple of things we're probably gonna find here. It's the only reason why I'm going to say anything right here. This has been a heck of a trip. Car's been getting the crap beat out of it, and I am again almost out of fuel. Lovely. Last zone was not nice to us at all, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, and hopefully we can run into some things. It has been a while since I've used both gas cans. Alright. Should be good. Actually, go ahead and charge your battery too. We're going to need to do some research here as well. Charge, man, everything is falling apart today. It's lovely. She's taking a beating. She's definitely taking a beating today, and that's not great. I'm gonna be rebuilding this car when we get back, unless I get lucky and find a bunch of parts. Yeah, we're gonna be replacing it. I've even got to replace that. Wow, that everything is broken. Jeez, you might as well then. If we find, do I have any more shots on that? No. Do I have another one? No, I can't even make one, can I? All right, well, I guess we're gonna be rebuilding a whole bunch of stuff. So have fun tearing this car apart. Jesus. Where are we? Go grab that one. Alrighty, we got a thing to look at. I guess I need to share. This is another resource that we want to try to find. We'll go ahead and scan it. This is very, very pain in the butt to get a hold of, and I'm probably only going to get a little bit of it. I don't even know if I want to try to attack this because I don't think I have it. Okay, we've got a new hammer. One thing that I'm going to suggest when you're playing around with these hammers, when you start to see them get down about right here, stop using them, because when they break, when a hammer breaks, if it breaks in the amount of durability that it wasn't supposed to, you know, like I said, let me just say this, if it doesn't have enough durability to break all of the thing that you're trying to break, it will not give you all of the thing back. This is a very rare resource, and we're getting ready to have another storm that's probably going to try to kill us. This is Olympium. I want to hit this with as much of a resource capable thing as I possibly can so I can get as much of it back. The thing is about Olympium is you need, in order to get any major amount of it out, you need to be able to hit it with one of these magnetic hammers, because that's the only way you're going to get a lot out of it. This is a kind of a very late game thing. We're getting our butts kicked because there is a meteor shower that's happening right now. This zone is not very happy with me, but yes, that's Olympium, and it is a very late game resource that you're going to have to go look for as you wander through these junctions, and it's best to try to hit it with one of these magnetic hammers. So again, that's why I kind of say a couple of things. Pay attention to what you're doing. You can break it with a regular hammer, but you'll get like one, and you will break the hammer trying to get it. So that's just from experience. Oh, I was over here trying to do this. Anyhow, more stuff. I am trying not to die here. Where is my anchors? They're down there. Okay, let's go get some anchors. These things, this literally, it's just dropping meteors of whatever on top of me right now, and it's crazy. So I need to get over here and try to pick one of those up. Actually, we've got two of them. Amazing. It's going to be nice and give us two of them. Is this storm about done? Holy cow. Yes, it's about done. Get off of me. Okay. Get off. Go bother somebody else. Thank you. I'm really taking a beating this run. This particular resource run has just absolutely beaten the crap out of the car and me and everything else. We're gonna go back and probably replace half of the panels on the outside of it because they're all wearing out and or broken. But we'll at least get a bunch of resources bunch of stuff and get off. Good lord, those things are annoying. One more, I think I have, well, I've got 2 more right down here. No, 1 more right down here. We're just going to try to get as many of these as we can and then get out of here. If there's any more of that resource, I will definitely pick it up. But I think at this point, I've had enough. Come on. Two more of those to go. And hopefully we can make it. What broke? Man, I don't know. I don't know. This zone is just killing and killing and killing tires. It's just ridiculous right now. I can't keep tires on this car, can't do anything right now. And it's just the way that it works. Sometimes the game just does that. I don't even know what I ran over. Nothing. What in the holy heck? Oh, it's one of these. I think we don't have this scanned. No. Can I scan? Blacksmith. Thank you. Let me in the car. That thing sucks. Ow. Can I move forward, please, away from this? There goes all my tires again. Ridiculous. Yeah, we're gonna drive through a whole bunch of stuff and not really care about it, looks like. Alright, we got 1 more of these to go, and I'm only talking about this because this is gonna be really ugly when we leave. This one is gonna be really nasty when I leave, but this is the deep zone, and this is the way it tends to go, pretty much. At least this is what it feels like. Bang. Gimme. Last anchor. I'm leaving. I've had enough fun, I think, for one day. We'll even use the one we just walked behind, and I won't even care. Let's go. Right into a tree. Can you please move forward? We're gonna get bounced again shortly. Probably. Yeah, I know. Vehicle protection is now compromised. I've kind of been not fixing things because there's about 5 panels on the outside of this thing now that are all junk anyway. So all we gotta do is make it back. This is gonna be one of the worst ones. That's awful. My goodness. Goodbye, nasty, disgusting zone. Golly. I am sorry, but I have a lot of repairing to do now.
Fresh new upgrade waiting for you, driver. Straight out of the oven.
Alrighty. I guess I need to clean up. Wow. So that was pretty bad. That was yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things I have to repair and/or rebuild. Lovely. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed all that. That was pretty nasty. Really shouldn't be too much more time between here and there, just a couple of little things. We did find some new resources, did get some stuff scanned, and yes, almost died. So that was kind of fun. Anyhow, in the process, we now have a decent amount of unstable and a decent amount of corrupt energy. I want to do a little bit of upgrading in here. Specifically, I want to do this as well as a couple of other things. So let's get some research done very quickly. I do need a circuit board, so we'll do one of those so we can get this antenna upgrade. This will help us to do a couple of things. This antenna upgrade, along with the things that are going on over here, this system on the wall over here, where we have this stuff that can, kind of scramble things or look at stuff, and then this thing that can send, stuff out into the area to re-scramble a junction with a better antenna on top up here that will give us more ability to be able to fix stuff. So by upgrading this, we'll get more charges to be able to do that. So let's go ahead and get that done so that from now on we can hopefully fix things a little bit more often. That gives us a nice big dish and a couple other things, and the ability, like I said, to do a couple of more scans. Let's keep going with some of this stuff. The other thing I'm really interested in, I'm not going to worry about this. This is kind of one of those funny things. I really want to get this done so that we can do some more fun stuff here. Let's go ahead and expand our matter generator or matter reconfigurator, this thing. As you guys know, can I open this, please? No? Can I? I'm gonna put this down and I'll show you. This is what it looks like now. And when we put this on it, hopefully it doesn't eat the parts that were in it. Cool. It ate them. Nice. No, it didn't. Now we have all kinds of little bitty slots to be able to put things in that will not use up so much of our space. I think there's a bug over here, though. Maybe it'll let me do it. It's kind of hard to get to that edge of it over there. Sometimes you can get over there. This one kind of acts a little funny, but that's okay. And yes, we had a little bit of fun. That's the only panel. When I got done with that last run over here, I had panels broken all over the side of that thing. I replaced half of the car because that was pretty nasty. Of course, some of those panels have been on there a little while, and I do think it's time limited as well. Continue. Can we do this one? We need a limb chip and a bunch of that. Can I research a limb chip? Finally. You want fabric. I mean, finally. Limb chip. Nice. Limb chips are going to be necessary to be able to crank out some more technologies. They're also kind of, I don't think they're terribly expensive, but I kind of think they're going to be one of those things we're going to have to really work for if we want to get a hold of one. So yeah, they're Olympium fragments and electronics. I did manage to get a little bit of Olympium. I found one node, but by the end of that run, it was so awful I was not even willing to try to do any more digging through the zone that we ended up in, or the junction that we ended up in. That's endgame material. Endgame at the end of this, there's an awful lot of grinding that I can see that you'll have to do, or we will have to do, if we want to be able to get any of the ender stuff. So like an actual thing that when we pull in to fix our car so that we don't have to worry about doing any of that kind of stuff anymore is pretty stinking expensive if you're thinking about what it's going to take here, plus 600 marsh eggs. So we may or may not do that, just depends on how lucky we get when it comes to doing some of the stuff moving forward. Then there's some of these other little things, and again, here's another thing that I'm going to say that I kind of remember to keep doing myself. Any of these advanced tools, so like this tool or the this or these, I do believe, or even for the matter of those, that any tool, don't break them. Use them until they're almost done. Bring them back to your garage, put them in your little thing over here, grind them back into their pieces, parts, and accumulate or recuperate most of the parts. Those blowtorches take 80 marsh eggs to craft. If you bring it back over here with just a teeny tiny amount of durability on it, you get 68 of them back, which is a pretty good return. Means you don't have to wear out so many parts so quickly. Anyhow, we don't have much else to do, I don't think, other than can I do this one? No, I need to do a bunch more Olympium running around trying to find, and I think we're pretty well done. This is a pretty cool little dude. If you're going to be running, I'm figuring if you're going to be running the electric engine, that anchor energy converter, basically what it does is it takes a single anchor and turns it into an awful lot of power. So it's a pretty neat idea. You're instead of using fuel, you're going to be using anchors plus whatever you can use to charge your batteries. That might be something that I'm not personally going to do it this time around. I might try it in my test world to see if it's any good. But yeah, I'm gonna probably just stick with the turbo light engine unless I get really silly and decide I want to build a limb chip engine. So I'm not even going to worry about opening these up. We'll probably go ahead and try to get a bunch of these. One thing I will say is this Lazarus device, you have to die. You have to die in order to get that. I'm just going to say that right there. You have to die in order to get that. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm not even going to bother with it. If we die, then I'll go worry about it. Till then, I'm not going to worry about it. Anyhow, we should have enough stuff to do a couple of more things. So I'm going to go ahead and scan all the things that I can do here. Olympium panels, Olympium doors. Can we make this? I can. Thank you. And back over here. I don't know. Can I do? I can. I'm just going to go ahead and do everything we can do here. That gets us some poisonous bumpers or anti-corrosive bumpers. Good. That might actually come in handy. More doors. Can I do any more doors? No. You want unstable energy? I need to find a radiant dredge. Not seen one of those yet, interestingly enough. All right. I am going to go ahead and scan that or get that built because reinforced headlights, that'll help a little bit more. And what else is left? Anything good? I'm kind of leaving this out because I probably won't ever make one right now. And again, the lights, we could go ahead and unlock those if we cared. I think I'm done. The cosmetics, I'm leaving cosmetics out of here. I suppose we've got enough stable energy. I can probably go ahead and do that. All that does is gives you a cutesy little thing right here. Apparently I need a basketball hoop and a basketball for some reason. So, you know, don't really care. Close the door. Goodbye. And can I get to this now? No, I need 3 limb chips. That's so expensive for that deco vent. Anyhow, I think we're pretty well good. I think we've got all the things that I really care to do. We can, you know, for sure just kind of clean up some of these. So we've got, yeah, might as well just clean up some of this then. What do we got left? You can do this. Alright, tire section complete. We'll go ahead and just blow out some of these just to kind of clean them up. I think we've gotten everything we need as far as important stuff. So we'll do leak resistant fuel tank. I will do one of these. I might, just for giggles, put one of these on the side of the car, bring it with us. And sure, we'll do the big fuel tank, even though I won't ever install it. Unless I have to do something. And let me see, batteries, leak resistant battery. A spike log anomaly. We've not seen that. Go ahead and do this. Because at this point in time, most of what we're going to be using the energy for is going to be specifically for this machine right here and charging batteries, which is kind of silly. Hey, I guess we can do that one. Why not? We'll go ahead and burn that. Time since last. Everybody likes time since last boards, huh? "23 runs without an accident." Nice. Is there anything left? I guess we'll do these. Is this one going to require stable energy, unstable? Yeah, go ahead. All right, the floodlights are all done. Now these are, again, these are kind of cool things that if you're interested in it, you can do a little bit more looking around with lights. I mean, a flashlight works just fine as far as I'm concerned. I thought there was one more storage. There is. Carbon fiberglass times 10. Can we make 10 fiberglass to make a larger storage in the trunk? There's where all the cloth goes. Judas. Cool. So more trunk storage. Nice. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. Hey, that needs to go over here. Cool, so we now have an awful lot of room, and this is kind of one of those points. When you look at what I've been using this for up here, it's mainly just been storage for tools and excess stuff. You can put that down here now, and then I could rip this off and put a fuel tank up there, or a battery cell, or the lights, or whatever. And I might even do that at this point in time, because we're pretty much not going to be doing I have way too much wood paneling. The final end all be all of this car is probably going to be green with wood paneling, because that's going to be one of those things I just haven't gotten around to do it. So actually I might just fuel tank or batteries. How much does it hold? 75. I'm gonna think about this. I might, because what that would let me do is pull the fuel tank out from the back, pull the fuel tank off from the side. How much do these fuel tanks hold? So this one holds 50, and this one holds 15. So we'd gain 10 more if I just rip those out. I might just. Where's my trunk? I'm gonna do a little bit of configuring here. But I think we'll give it a roll and see what that does. So if I take you, I'm not gonna throw you away. We'll bring you, since I just made this, I'll put this out here. Oh my, that's huge. Okay, yeah, you go over there, and then we'll put this up here, which looks interesting. So what I can do then is, I didn't want to take the door off. I want to take you out. Can I just fill this direction? No? Yeah, throw it on the floor. Perfect. I'm going to put this. Oh, I do have a panel. Lovely. Put you right there for right now. And then make another battery. I might just change that out or leave it alone for something else entirely. How much was that charger thingy? Ooh, that's a limb chip. That's kind of expensive. How many limb chips can we make, and do I want the first limb chip I make to go into those things? I can only make 2, so no, we're going to hang off on that. I'll leave that alone, I think. I might put something else on that side. What else can we do? I mean, I could put more batteries on it, but batteries are not necessarily my problem. Do that. Except that uses so much power, it's almost not worth it. Okay. I think we'll give it a break right there. I'll leave that alone. I need to go ahead and fill the car up. We have a story to continue. I know I've been sitting here kind of rattling on, but man, that's an awful lot of fuel. We got really close to running out the last run, but then again, I ended up in a zone that was full of acid and did nothing but chew all of our fuel up. So we are supposed to go over here and do this. Thank you. And this is...
What do you think, Francis?
It could work.
It will work. We don't know anything about the well, but the driver doesn't have to go in completely empty-handed.
You're removing the arc device's limiter and overloading its charge capacity.
Ooh.
Right. So no matter how much energy the car's getting blasted with, the arc will be able to overpower it to open a gateway. It's the only way to extract the driver from whatever's going to happen at the trigger point.
And then we use Allen's suppression technique to keep the whole thing from completely exploding? This sounds like a lot.
Okay.
Our device mod's looking good. Now you can head out and overcharge it. We'll give you instructions when you're en route.
Okay. Well, I guess we go for a drive now that the car is somewhat, I guess, ready to go. I need to do a little bit of making things work. I make sure I have a bunch of stuff, and we can go on. Alrighty, let's see. Take the drive, see what they want us to go do. We need to get over there, which means I'm going to have to crack that route open. That's gonna all suck no matter what I do. Well, let's see if we can take the highway and re-roll a couple of things. I'm gonna have to do, I was gonna do this, but I don't think I want to try to... I mean, I guess we could go all the way up there. It's just going to be a royal pain in the tail to do it. Let me open up a passageway through here and see if we can't roll that once. Okay. So then you clear. Okay, nice. That means we can run the highway the whole way to there, and then I can keep going however I need to go. So what are you going to give me? Destination planned. So we'll go ding, ding, ding. Yeah, good enough. Let me go do that really quickly. That's what I'm after, right there. That stuff right there. Please tell me is more than one. Yeah, we'll come get you too, even though I don't need you anymore, I don't think. Number 3. Hello. Olympium. That was a good smack. Yes. Give me goodness. Is there another one? Yes, there is. How much was that? 11. Is there any more? No. Let's go get that thing. Hi, buddy. Thank you. You can go right there. Thank you very much. Those are always welcome. Next one. Whoops. Not get hit by one of those. Give me this. I'm hoping for more Olympium. We have several things in this area we can do, and I'm hoping for a little more. There's another one. Okay. What? That's the same one I was just at, wasn't it? Yes, and I just ran into a tourist. Wow. That gave me a heart attack. That's not funny. Please, just eat this food. We have lots of it. It was so bad it blew my hair off. Tree. Ah, yes. No. park. I think the biggest problem about this thing is it just gets louder, louder, and louder, and louder, and then more unnerving, and just all of that stuff. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of that. It's time to leave this zone so we can go back and do the rest of the fun stuff. I need to find a place to jump to, which might be turning around and going back the way we came. Might just jump across this. I get turned around and out of this mess. Got a fair amount of goodies. I think I just need to maybe jump across the corner over here, find this road, which I think is going to be over there. Up we go. Yeah, I know. The zone is collapsing. It's fine. We're not going to die yet. How close can I get to this one? Quite a ways. So I need to go to about right there. Get to driving. We've managed to pick up a fair amount of good stuff. I got a lot of Olympium and a couple of other little things. This particular chunk of the deep zone wasn't too awful. It's just, you know, you find once you get towards the end of this little thing, or at least I'm finding it at this point, that a lot of the stuff that you're going to be after is going to be very much off-road. And I'm doing an awful lot of off-roading to get to it, plus you're kind of driving in this kind of weather all of the time, so it's not absolutely wonderful and great. We're going to have a storm come in on us as we're doing this, so I may have to be very quick about this. Let's see. We need to leave so we can further the rest of this. Boink. So, boom, right about there, I think. They're both happy. Ooh. I'm gonna go to that one because the terrain between here and there is easier. So, here we go. And we're gonna drive right into that storm. Where is it? Behind all that? There it is. Okay, good enough. We can see it. We can see it. We can see it. Hopefully. You're gonna drag me into the next mess? You're gonna make me? Yeah, car's all beat up again. I broke the windshield. Get off of me. Sometimes the cornering doesn't work very well. That's okay. We're fine. I just gotta get over there. And it's not amazing. That red's coming in. That's not gonna be great. Where are we? Where's the fire? Come on. Keep going. That's gonna get real close. Especially considering as busted up as the car is. That's not gonna be great. Okay. All right. These are starting to get a little sketchy.
Alan would have gotten a kick out of that car.
He probably would have. I think I'm going to call it right there, ladies and gentlemen. I should have plenty of footage at least to put out another little thing. We're getting really close, and I hate to say it, I think we're probably within 2 or 3 episodes of ending this, just given what we have left for surface area. The deep zone has the end of the game, and the end of the game is somewhere in this area somewhere. So we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from probably getting this over with. I'm going to probably do another resource run or 2 in between episodes, and then I will see you all next time, where we're going to go to that location and figure out what they want us to do there, and we'll see. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, it's beat up. I'll fix it. Bye.